No animals were killed during the production of this, but some pizza was consumed.
Hello and welcome to See You Live. I'm Susan Post, Associate Editor of Columbus Underground, and I have with me today Jim Ellison, who is a writer and blogger and probably knows more about pizza in Columbus than anybody else, because you will see we have some plates of pizza sitting in front of us. So people have a lot of opinions about what the best pizza in Columbus is. I know we did a poll and people had feelings about that.
I read that poll, and people have very strong feelings. That's why on Facebook there's at least 3 different pizza discussion forums. At least 2 of them have almost exactly the same name. Pizza discussion forum and like the connoisseurs. It's the pizza connoisseurs of Columbus,
I've seen
and
that
then the real pizza connoisseurs of Columbus. And watching the discussion on both of those is always exciting and fun.
I'm sure it is very entertaining. But you're here today. You're going to help us settle the score a little bit of some of the best, kind of more traditional style pies in Columbus. So we have 2 we're going to taste test. One of them is my personal favorite. So first we have our Adriaticos. OSU campus staple, been there for almost 40 years. Used to be on 11th, just moved over to Neal Avenue in 2018. I missed the 11th Avenue location. My dorm was across the street when I went to OSU, so that was great and very dangerous all at the same time.
I think most people would say the Buckeye pizza, which is a big 18 by 20 sheet of pizza that is incredibly cheap on Mondays and Tuesdays. Kept a lot of people alive during their college education.
I feel like that was the OSU sponsored pizza. It was at every event. There's also a really infamous evening where my 4 other roommates and I polished off a Buckeye all on our own.
Well done.
We were really impressed with ourselves.
I think the OSU Medical Center would probably close down if Adriatico's was gone, because that keeps the nursing staff alive.
I believe it. I believe it. Awesome. So what we have here today is the Sicilian style with pepperoni and extra sauce.
Yes.
You said extra sauce. I'd never tried that before, so I'm excited to give
it
a try.
It is a game changer for your visual aid at home. You can see these little dollops of sauce that land on the pepperonis, which is a perfect way to have it. Caramelizes a little bit in the oven. I give all the credit for this to my wife. When I first met her, when we tried Adriaticos for the first time, she ordered extra sauce, which was very foreign to me. I'd had Adriaticos for years. I didn't even know this was an option. And it was a game changer. If you've never tried this, definitely you want to do it. So I want to take a sample bite.
Absolutely.
Cheers. No animals were killed during the production of this, but some pizza was consumed.
So tell me a little bit about why you put this kind of in your list of top 10 pizzas in Columbus.
Sure. It's hard to say top 10. I'll say definitely top 20.
Okay.
For sure. Again, when you say top, there's a difference between best and favorite, right? So I think this is something we encounter in polls all the time in Columbus. People confuse best with favorite, right? There's some objective things for best. It's all emotional for favorite, right? I love Adriaticos. We consume as much as we can every year. We, as a family, panicked when there was the very slight possibility that they might not reopen. Adriaticos is great, open since 1987 on the OSU campus. A lot of people don't know there's another Adriaticos in Cincinnati.
I saw that.
No longer share ownership, but they kind of have similar origins. So there's another university that's kept alive by Adriaticos. Their Sicilian is great. It's thicker. They use really good high-quality ingredients on their pizzas, which is kind of atypical for a campus place, right? You figure anything goes, you can do it.
It's more about what can I eat drunk at 2 a.m.?
Yeah, or 4 or anytime, I mean, they have got really great hours, great delivery. During the COVID era, I can definitely say they do a great job for pickup and delivery. And inside their space, the social distancing and everything they set up in the space is among the best that I've seen in the city. So they do a great job.
So went in today, it looked great, looked very safe.
They do a wonderful job. These big giant pepperonis is another thing that a lot of people like about Adriaticos.
It's got the curl.
Yeah,
the little curl
the cup and char, which is kind of unusual for that size. So they cooked it right. So it's definitely a favorite campus landmark, and I love it.
Same here. It's great. The other pizza we're going to eat today is Hounddog's, which is another one that's kind of campus area, more Old North. I know it's, known for being open 24 hours a day. Actually not anymore.
Correct.
Their website.
Yeah. And I can say the last night that they were open 24/7, actually had to pepper spray part of the place to make people leave. So that reinforced that, maybe being 24 hours isn't kind of our thing anymore.
Yeah.
So it's a good choice. I will say for people that haven't been to Hounddog's for a while, several years, that changed, I think really changed kind of the atmosphere a little bit.
Yeah.
I definitely feel it's a lot more family friendly now than it was in the past. And some people have memories of kind of iffy service in the past too. I think that comes when you're a 24-hour place. Yeah. And I really say that my service experience there has been great. Yeah. So Hounddog's is not quite Columbus style pizza, but I think their tagline, I know that their tagline is pizza for the people. And they definitely deliver. So they've got 5 types of sauce, 3 types of crust.
Right.
These great specialty pizzas that a lot of them are created based on customer challenges, right? So somebody coming in and telling Jeff, the owner, it's like, I bet you can't do this, I bet you can't do that. One of those that kind of originated from that is their Hot Mama, which is a great pizza. When I did the pizza tour, I would often challenge my guests to choose that as one of their options.
What else on that one?
It is very slightly spicy, Cajun pepper links. A little bit of bacon, because it's proven that bacon makes everything better, of course. Love
bacon on a
pizza. And sauerkraut. So when you throw that on people, there's usually a sense of absolute fear. And I love to see that in somebody's eyes. But I would always tell them, it's like, it's not as scary as you think. If you like Reubens, you will really like this. And I'd say 50% of the times I threw that out as an option, people were brave enough to take it. And almost every single person that tried it just really enjoyed it a lot, to the point where one woman on the tour said, hey, do we have time for me to order one of these to take home to my family? So so they do a great job at Hounddog.
Well, we weren't quite that adventurous with our selection today, so we've got the Smoke and Joe's crust, which I think is a little garlicky and has some herbs to it.
I'll give you this visual aid at home. I saved the pepperoni, thank goodness. So Smoke and Joe's accounts for about 70% of the sales at Hounddog's, and what makes it different than the other styles that they have is it has this thicker crust ring that has some garlic infused into it. Very good. Protects you from vampires as well. There's a lot of garlic in there, and they cut this triangle cut, which is atypical for a lot of places in Columbus. That's the tavern cut or party cut. But Smoke and Joe's style is always triangles. Their other styles are always squares.
Yeah. Well, let's give it a try
take
here.
A bite. Yeah.
Cheers.
Cool. I'm so excited I can't speak. Can't go wrong with that.
I think this is maybe like the second time I've ever had Hounddog's.
Really?
It just hasn't kind of been in my pizza rotation, so great. I'm gonna have to give it a try again. So we've got kind of 2, long-standing.
Right. 93 for Hounddog's.
Nice. More traditional style joints. What are some of your other kind of
for classic Columbus style? You got to go with the old school places. Tommy's Pizza since 1952. Gatto's Pizza in Clintonville also since 1952. Massey's Pizza, even though it's a chain, has origins that go back to 1951. And when you think of those 3 styles, those are classic Columbus style pizzas. So thinner but not thin, minimal crust ring, cut in squares. Again, tavern cut or party cut. That's what enrages people from New York and New Jersey. And another thing that's pretty dominant for Columbus pizza is either provolone as the dominant cheese or a provolone mozzarella mix.
Okay.
And then we love pepperoni in Columbus, in part due to Izzo Sausage Company here in town.
Which is that cup and char that you were talking about, right?
Incredible. Yeah. People in New York rave about places that carry Izzo pepperoni. But anyway, Columbus was very much an innovator in pepperoni on pizza. It wasn't that common before the 1950s. Columbus embraced it, and definitely Columbus characteristic for pizza is we love to do our pepperonis edge to edge. Right. So slamming it down, having basically you can't see the cheese, there's so much pepperoni.
Okay, I'm really a fan of all pizza, so I kind of like all these different styles. It all sounds good to me.
A couple other places I want to throw out for like that old school traditional Columbus style. Iacano's Pizza, Tommy Iacano, right, of Tommy's Pizza. That's a spin-off of that, different family member. and Torita's Pizza on Cleveland Avenue.
I've heard about
which
that.
has been off the radar. I mean, I had it for the first time doing research for this book. It's great. It's been around since the late 50s. Josie's Pizza, and there's two. There's the one in the bottoms, so there's one Hilltop. The one in the bottoms is great. Great homey feel to the place, and my wife loves it.
Yeah.
So of all the things that she had to put up with for me doing this book, the discovery of Josie's was a game changer for her. So
totally worth it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing
Hey,
some of those
pleasure.
traditional pies. If you're looking for something a little bit outside the norm, stay tuned because we're going to talk more about that. Going to look at non-traditional pies and some hidden neighborhood gems. So thanks so much for sharing some of your favorite pizzas today. It's great stuff. Let us know what you think. Any other favorites that you would add to that list.